Okay. No, sorry, I came late. Okay. All right, please, you can hear me. Just type 111. Having some kind of cold, so I may not talk to that extent. So when I will share my screen, there'll be any take a trade. You guys will know. Can hear me? Please type 111 on the chat box. If you can hear me, type 111 on the chat box. Can hear me? Type 111 on the chat box. Please, if you know you can hear me, type 111 on the chat box. Let me know that I'm being heard. If you can hear me, type 111 on the chat box. Yes, yes, yes. If you know you can hear me, type 111 on the chat box. On the chat box, make use of the chat box. Okay, I want to believe people can hear me. So we're looking for opportunity that to buy or to sell. Either to buy or to sell. Either to buy or to sell. So no more talking, please. No much talking. So the scanner will provide us a buy or a sell opportunity. The buy is still strong. This crash was powerful. So did the down there. Oh, I even forgot a position because the first entry I took was here. This market can be very fantastic. So let's wait. I'm presuming we are going to see a sell opportunity. This was a bounce. Zooming. Wait to see sell opportunity. So I can't sell all this because just some kind of reaction. A choppy. Yeah. I hope you guys can hear me. Please, you can hear me. Just type 111 in the chat box. Okay. It's a choppy kind of moment, so we just wait for our scanner to give us valid entry. We'll take it. Excuse me. Ordinarily, the market was supposed to roll down. This was previously that's the place I took a trade from in the morning. Ride it up. From here, this pullback. Excuse me. I was playing, took some trade. I was telling people, I said, once you break and retest this, was going to be a massive one. So that was about 960 pips at the end of the day. Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's wait. Excuse me. If you end up breaking out, and so now we'll see a sell from here. So let's keep waiting. We've got 3 minutes. The buy is still very strong. All right. We missed the entry anyway. So, okay, we have to be very careful at this moment. Okay. Remember what is coming. I think they say it's tentative anyway. Let's check if it will hold. Part of the clauses at 215. Oh, this is not the one that is tentative. It's tomorrow that is tentative. Ah. So when news come, no farm payroll, a very, very strong fundamental. So it's a high impact news. We have to wait. Miss this one. Miss this one. Miss this one. Miss this. That's a very nice entry there. When this one was ready, closing, it's that would have been if we wait for this confirmation. That would have been 250 to 60 pips. But the stop loss will have been bogus. Oh, chaka, chaka, chaka. Guys, you see the market. That's because at the time we came in. That was it. Why? The market has moved at that time. So you don't struggle yourself in. The market has moved. So that's what it is. I hope I trail the stop loss of the last I have small holding. I left and I was away from the market. I'm sure that one must have been closed by now. If you even see my hack was this buy was a massive signal there. So well, we're just waiting for signal because this one left us behind. That was the indication. Then this is the confirmation. Because I told you when it's too long, you wait for the pullback and then it's confirm the entry. If you have this scanner, your problem will be psychology. You won't know exactly on gold, even on Bitcoin. You won't have much problem. Okay. Are we going to see a sell now? Let's watch the game. Now let's watch the game. No. It's still bullish. The guy is still bullish. Still like continuous buy. 'Cause after this buy, the new confirmation, see continuous buy, see continuous buy, see continuous buy. This one too now continuous buy. So let's see what's gonna give. So if we can find an entry. This one is lower. Let's see. I was away. If not, massive. So 50, 150, 250. I've been seated on 350 by now. Okay, so let's watch. Let's watch the drama. Okay, let's see if it's giving a sell. A sell, a sell, a sell. So this guy 5 minute candle. Is this there? To what extent will you give us this sell? Can you reach here? The sell is not close now. Close below. So if you're selling now, let's see. Sell. Is it close? So you can sell, but stop loss should be tight a little. And then take profit 50. You take the first one, and here, if you stop you out, no problem. Because you want to serve a continuous buy. So sell. Now I don't need to start teaching you the what do we call so risk management. I've told most of you who were in our training yesterday or before, we have a kind of I told you about. If you look at it, what is your stop loss here? About 87. Let's call it 90 pips. Let's call it 90 pips. So if it's 90 pips, if your stop loss is 90 pips, that means we now say if you are entering. So most time, let me just say those of you who are trading micro account, just make sure that okay, when you first take first entry, make sure you are using maybe 0.1 if you are having how much dollars sef? So $100 will be 10,000 cent. Why $10 will be how much? Okay, so $10 will be how much? 1,000 cent. Okay, so if it's 1,000 cent, now if you want to risk $1, if your stop loss is 100 pips, this one is not up to 100 pips. So this one is 87, 88 pips. Let's just call it 90 pips. So if it's 90 pips, so if you use so if you use 0.1, if you hit your stop loss, if you use 0.1, if you hit your stop loss, it will collect 90 cents. That is less than $1. All right. So that's why I say instead of using 0.1, so you can now use 0.052. So 0.052. So by now, you take TP1 to be here, put your TP1 here, and then you can put your TP2 here. So TP1 will soon smash now, right? So now, if you put your TP1 here, so let's calculate. If you hit your take profit, let's calculate here. Sorry. So if you hit your take profit, that is 78 pips, almost. So let's say 80 pips, almost about 80 pips. So remember that what we said is that your trade, okay, that your trade, what when you take this trade, you are targeting first uh 50 pips. So if it's more than 50 pips, if you are still in order, I think TP1 is much now. So if you check those of you who are trading, if you're on the market, TP1 has been smashed, right? Now, if you have more than one position, or if you have more than three or four, five positions, which you can have, all right, because if you are trading, that's the advantage of the micro account, right? So if now TP1 is smashed, right? But the way it is now, this candle don't want to close. This candle that open now want to bounce back, no problem. So now this is the challenge. If you have, let's say you have three or five, four position. Let's say I have 10 positions, or let's say yeah, so 10 positions. So the first two or four will go on TP1 because TP1 is more guaranteed that it will be smashed, right? Than TP2. And I told you that once TP1 is smashed, TP2 is smashed, and the market is still strong towards that direction. Makes a lot of sense. So what are you going to do? Once TP2 is smashed, you adjust your stop loss below your entry or at your entry. But this is a shorter move. But you know why we're doing all of this? Gold has so much volume. So you don't just leave the volume of gold uncollected. So you are collecting the money from gold. So you can see it doesn't take gold to do this 80 pips that we just did now. It does not take anything. Okay. Now I think that you want to do continuous buy, like I said. Because if you look at it, a move up, a pullback, continuous buy, a move up, a pullback, continuous buy, a move up, a pullback, continuous buy. Even this one failed. So that is a rejection. Now it's forming a kind of what this kind of call inside bar. Huh? Yeah, something like that. So a move up, a pullback, right? Continuous buy. So you see now, because one thing you must know about all this point, and it is on it's at the major the guy is at the major psychological level. You know, I told you guys a psychological level, a major point. Okay. So I don't adjust my I don't adjust my stop loss after TP1. I adjust it after second TP. Now the challenge there is that when you are trading this, you know, when we say scalping, any small move you have pick money, money, money. So sometimes some people who are taking one positions, uh, you always close at the TP1. So see the market is bouncing, right? But it's not a guarantee. Though that is a kind of strong support here, right? You can see that. Can you see that? Resistance, support, 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 right? See resistance here, right? Turned again to support. So let's watch the game. Let's see what's going to happen. So when you are managing small account, uh, let's watch. Let's watch. So scalping is very fantastic when you have the right tool. Very fantastic when you have the right tool. Let's see from my this. Okay, so you can see from my smart money tools is already showing kind of a shift in this direction on 5 minutes. It already shown a shift. This is a high. Okay, pulls down, already shown a shift. So this shift supposed to come to this point at this point. So why is it bent at continue almost ah okay, let's check. Come up, come up, come up. Yeah, so that's a shift. Market structure shift. So that's why the strength of going back up is high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A shift. This is 15 minutes. Market, you can see a shift. Is trending to bounce. So that's what we're seeing. So let's just watch what drama it to perform for us. If we take you out, no problem. Those of you who are taking the first take profit, a good one. Okay, so we're watching what the game will do. And again, oh, that lest I forget, I forgot. It's because the scanner just gave us the signal. That's why we took it. I've forgotten again. Please be careful because we are getting closer to the news. Oh yes, that reminds me. So if it's not giving us the money on time, you have to close it. I've forgotten the news. Oh seriously, I've forgotten the news. So you can close it, please. Just close this. Let's watch the game. If not for the news, it can return back here and sell down. I've forgotten the news. Shit. Forgotten the news. So manage the first take profits you took. And let's play around with the market proud to when the news is up, okay? Yeah. So let's play around the news. So let's play around the news. It's just because of the news, if not, the market will deliver for you. Worst case scenario, your TP2. All right. So, but I don't want you to lose money, or I don't want you to panic because when the news is approaching, the market would be dull, and then one heavy volatility will jump into the market. All right. How many of you make the first TP? I've asked you to close it because I don't want you to be under pressure. So, but it's a good signal for me. So if I lose, I don't care. Once I enter a market and I put my stop loss, remember I'll take TP1, then it is after I finish TP2 I adjust stop loss, right? So no matter what is happening, is especially TP1 is smashed already. So whatever happened to the other one is not a problem. It's still an exit. But you is delicate. So because when the news come up, you will just see one move have flushed everything. So and if the news is in favor of DXY, then that means you see all this one, you see all this news, you see all this move here, all this move here, there are crazy liquidity that gold will just do pararararararara and flush everything. But you can see that this support is strong, right? If not our first take profit, the first okay, it managed to just hit it, but that was a very strong one. Then this candle that returned and didn't close below it. The only whip, so that's a week. Okay, that's just a week below it and all of that. So I've asked you to close it. So news is coming. In fact, some of us who trade, I love to trade gold from before I used to do live on 2 a.m. with subscribers, but at the point I have a lot of things to do at that time. So when I be in trade, so if you are a subscriber group. Maybe you are on PBS Club, or you are on Forest in Accord. Okay, always pay attention. Like from 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., you'll see our drop signals of gold. I think even today, I say when we are waiting for the market to buy. That was what I did here. Yes, it was a massive one. In fact, at first we were waiting for the market to buy here, and I told them, "Look at it. Yes, we're waiting for to buy the market here." And I was telling them on the group, that is on the scalpers group, I say, "You know what? Gold is not does not have respect. That because once I come in, I look at the pivot point. Okay, so many of you probably wouldn't understand. So significant turning points are called pivot points. So when I come into significant pivot point, that's a significant turning point. That's a pivot point. So I got here as the low of yesterday and high of yesterday. So as at that time, the market was gravitating towards the high. So I already saw at enter buy, and I told everybody, and I say, you know what? Let's wait for the market to as it break. This is the next area that we're expecting the market to return to. Perhaps I think we saw that 30 minutes, 15 minutes. So that was the expectation. But I told everybody, I say, be careful because that your expectation may not come to pass. Right? It was a fair value gap that was smashed up. Then we expect the market probably. So let's take out this liquidity area. Now the didn't even take it out. It has not taken it out. So when we now say, okay, here is another area of interest that the market will come back to or return back to this other flow entirely, even though this had mitigated it. So you probably just have this other block down here, perhaps here. So you just align everything together here and then expect the market to come down. That will have been a very massive and lovely buy entry. Here again, and to this point, so this is another area we're expecting. But I was telling people, hey, gold is becoming abnormal. So some ideal thing you expect, it will not respect it. All right. So if you want to go to 5 minutes, perhaps it will have been in this market, of course, even as our sniper call had given it a buy. So return back to, so you can see the guy is struggling. This is how you be induced. Now this is 8 minutes to two, and then additional 15 minutes. Now two things are going to jump together now. You are going to see some kind of volatile activities. Let me show you. Now look at this is Asia session. So we're seeing London session. So New York session about to open. Now one of the things about this market, if we are still fantastically bullish, but the news is the problem now, and that's why I will tell you people be careful. Though I didn't even have time to check some of those platform for my fundamental analysis. If not, I will have gotten maybe a sentiment if we're going to have issues on DXY. But let's quickly look at the DXY itself. So let's see DXY. Let's see DXY. So on a good day, I told you there's a video I did in the morning. I say gold is bullish. So now if you look at, let's go to DXY. So to even draw some level of sentiment. So DSY is still struggling below. Remember the last training I did said here to break it out, reject and continue, then Euro USD could have strength to continue buying, like I explained before. So if that is the case, but if it's going to do that, so I was saying it the other day after one of my training that I expect Euro USD to go up here and get rejected at a point and then coming down. So that means DXY If it's going to be positive for US dollar, then you're going to have this one was doing a lot of inducement. Because I know a lot of people will, I think he sold around, and so this is like liquidity. You push down again, another liquidity. So we're supposed to have. So I'm just taking time to show some alternative analysis so that you don't jump in. Okay, so we have tapped into the fair value gap. So if the news is favorable for DXY, you should be looking for a way to sell Euro USD. And that was the selling I was waiting for. Unfortunately, I didn't even have time to check it. I'm not a currency guy, fans like that. These are liquidity that were induced, all of this. So it has tapped into the fair value gap. All right, and then so this is a break of structure. It's an inducement. That's a change of character. So if it's going to just watch when the news come up, if you come back and do this and reject, just sell it down, targeting this point. So if it's going to be like that, short, probably here, then looking at here. That if we forcefully break that one, if you didn't break it, then you want to have to bounce to continue to buy. So you can see that will be 96 pips. So you can see you are struggling for 96 pips here, where in gold, 150 pips does not waste any time. That's why you see I do a lot of see finally you see this is this news that make you not to enjoy your sorry. You say this man is wicked, he's enjoying the trade. I said my own, I've traded today. Number one, I make more money. I took this trade. Many of you, if you're on the group, I took this trade. I added to it here. So it was trailing, I even left. So even if I'm going to be stopped out of this point, it's just part of the profit. So, but you that number one, you are a beginner. Number two, you have not maybe you have not made money today. Very possible. So allow you to be in there. It's going to be a problem. All right. Power. So my own TP2 will soon hit. So now, like ordinarily, even though for the news and all of that, apart from news now, when New York now open, and I told you if you are using this scanner, be careful, don't scalp when a new session is about to open and when it just open. At least wait for let's say 15 minutes to the new session opening and then 30 minutes after the session opening to those cap, wait for those things. So, but my own case now, as like I told you, I've made money. Now the session is about to open. You're going to see market will just pata. So, what are you having there? So let's look at it here and look at gold. So these are areas we say we're waiting for gold, right? Uh yes. This is the previous day high. So market should crash down, take out this liquidity and this one. But all things will never be equal. So that's why you are always protective taking your money. So now let's go if you look at the sessions. Yes. So it's New York session that about to happen now. So ordinarily when this New York open, we're going to see something. But the news is what's going to cause another catastrophe for us. What you have seen, the New York, especially the news, watch and see where gold will come back to. Gold will come down to this point. But you could probably will see that maybe last position of this my entry may follow that trade down to that bottom. Where do I say? Here. That's about 4,715, right? Or coming back to take the low of Asia, which align with all these points we have marked. Take out the low of Asia, that means we're coming down to this point, 4916. Then if you come to take the previous day New York and London session, so there's nothing to do there, just a sweep of liquidity, 4872, or we come to respect this unmitigated area, which is about 4831, or push to and enjoy ourselves here, 4717. And that's going to be crazy. Let me look at my own trade. I'm sorry, those of you are saying you should exit because I know your money. Okay, yeah, it has finished. Now, in this case, when the trade finishes, New York is about to have open. When the trade finishes like this, I can give you one guarantee. When I always tell people, I said, when you adjust your, especially when you are scalping, when you trade your stop loss, there is a 80 to 99% that your trailing stop loss will be taken out. Why? The closeness, right? The closeness. New York has opened, so you can see age my own. Sorry, oh, you will say, "Oh, God, deceive us." He enjoyed the trade, but at least you took TP1. I don't want you to lose trade, lose money. So New York now has opened and doing its own manipulation. So now, couple with if the news favor Euro US, if the news favor DXY, so you are going to have the market down to where I say 4 7. So not here. The market will crash down. Let's check. 4715. Okay. So that means the market will crash down. Ah, no. No, no, no. Downhill. Hey, Jesus Christ. I love this go there. I can't trade any other instrument apart from this guy. See now, so if I push that means almost hitting TTY, it didn't hit it. So if you look at it, the opening, New York just open. So it can deceive you. At this point in time, please don't jump around any trade anyhow until we finish the news. Okay? So now you will see that when TP1 is taken, TP2 is taken, all right, this market is very volatile. Do you know why? New session just opened. Emotional buy, sell. So many things are happening. So market is jumping around. Now, in order for it to settle, take like 10, 15 to 30 minutes. So you will jump into news again. So like me now, the last position I was holding, I don't need to bother myself about that. I just trail the stop loss into my entry. So if the news go bad, there are chances are there that will be taken out. You know why? Even if the news go bad, gold has one character. It will first do splash, take out everything that is here. But so if I see the splash, if the news is positive for DXY, and I see gold come back to splash and rake all this liquidity up to this point, I will see sell, right? I will still sell. After all, my scanner will even show me to pay. Go ahead and buy. So you can see the market is crazily volatile, right? So this is why when I take trade this way, I make sure I'm taking profit in batches. Someone will now say, why don't we buy now? I didn't ask you to buy. Oh. How many of you took that profit and close? I know my son, my stubborn son, may not close his own. Precious, do you close your own? It's my stubborn son. He may not close it. As he enter and took TP1, he will leave the other one and leave his stop loss. Yes, who took the trade and took TP1 before I say close the remaining one because of the news? Okay, you did. Okay. Is that I used to forget this your name. The smartphone man. Are you is it you? Tell me your name now. You did you. I closed both at TP1 because okay of this. I love you. Yes, that's good. Okay, someone say close the all at TP1 because of the news. Yes, you did well. Okay, yes. Who again took the trade and took profit? Okay, I close. Okay, you took profit in TP1 and now close everything, right? Okay. My stomach's on did he because he understand the implication of fundamentals. If it's just like that, the way the market was dialing here and there, he wouldn't close it. And at the end of the day, it will play out. Okay. Any other person who took the trade? So please, if you are joining us for the first time, what we do in this life is not, we first of all look for trade. Until we get trade, we are not permitted to do any other thing. So we first of all look for trade. It's just because of news. If not, you'll be enjoying the movement now. It's a massive movement. Okay. uh, and it's good, you will make plenty money, right? So it's because of the news uh, that truncated. I can tell you now, if you go and check some group, they will not be trading now. They will not trade. Even the trader have been doing since morning. Not everybody will trade. Okay, but the edge we have, if you are in our ecosystem or you're a subscriber to, if you have this scanner, the edge you will have is that you will definitely just see trade to pick. Can you see the trade is still running? You would definitely see trade to peak. So if the news is bad, all this liquidity will be raid out. All. That's when you see gold will go and do like 2,000 pips or 3,000 pips again. Because in the first place, it was already going downward, right? It's already changed character, it's already moving. So whatever it's doing now is just response to what we have before. So, but if the news is not too weighty and all of that, so we can bounce at the previous day high. So you can watch out when the news come up. We are gradually moving. So if we have bounce anywhere here, so the splash will happen, but we will regain momentum back so that we could buy. Okay, so let's check which one is that. So let's go and check the news template. We are in 206. So we have about 9 minutes remaining. Okay, so let's take that time and utilize it. Time without number, I've always tell people about trade and how you should be responsible in your trade. For instance, let's look at that trade we took, right? Now, for instance, the trade we took, I say, I was how many pips the stop loss? Uh, I say, let's call it 90 pips. That about 87 point something pips. So let's call it 90 pips. Now, so if I have taken a trade that my stop loss is 90 pips, okay, so what then should I do? Now, the question I always ask, I just told you, if your account, even if it's standard account, so if it's standard account, it's just the figure you are working with. So let's say you are trading standard account of $200. So now 90 pips. So let's go. So 90 pips, you are trading $200 account. That's not micro, but standard account. Ideally, how much are you supposed to expose to the market? Some people will tell you to to use 20% of your account. Be careful. See, if you lose part of your money, you can still trade to recover it. But when you blow account, there's a psychological effect of it. Not that account cannot be blown, but if repeatedly you are always involving it because listening, some people even say I risk 50% of my account. Well, I'm not party to that. I'm more conservative in my trading. So let's say part time, you can enter entry again and again. So let's say part time you want to use 10%. So 10% of that your account. How many pips? We say let's it's 90 pips as a stop loss. So that means if you are trading standard account, that means 10% of your $200 is $20. That's what you are exposing to the market. You can't use more than 0.02. So okay, let's say 0.02. Yeah, 0.02 because these two other fractions. So if that's the case, that means you are going to take two positions, but 0.01, right? 0.01 in two places. Okay, so if you do that, 0.01 in two places, if you do that simple, from that place to that TP1 was 80 pips. So that's going to be 10 cents multiplied by 80. So if you do that your calculation, it's going to be 0.1 times 80 times 80. That would be $8. So that would be $8. Then, woohoo! I think the sentiment is already terrible. Sorry, it's only me that I have a license to kill. It's only me that have license to buy the market, according to Nigeria broken English. All right. So now the market, what's it doing now? So here will be 180 pips. That's the TP2. So now that's the second point. So you can't go longer. You can't go longer than that. So that would be 180 pips times 10 cent. That would be $18 if I'm not mistaken. So 0.1, sorry, 0.1 multiplied by 180. That would be $18. So if you put $18 plus $8, so you end up having how much? $26. You should be okay on account of $200. What if you lose the trade? You lose $20. Okay? Because that is for scalping. But if you are going to do risk reward ratio, the minimum you want to target is 2 to 1. So that means you end up doing $40. But if you are going to do that, that means this is the place you would, okay, exactly here will be where you stop your TP. That will be two. So, but if the market reverse from here, it will take you out. You didn't secure anything. So it's like more or less TP1 is like a break even. So reaching down to this point will have been 0.2. Okay. So 0.2, that is 20 cent multiplied by this. So you just say, okay, my $20 times two, that will be $40. Okay. So that is how you do your arithmetic. Now for micro account, you can open plenty account. Okay. So because so let's say you are trading with $20 micro account. That means that $20 is 2,000 cents. You are risking 10%. So let's calculate. See what you are going to use. So stop using small lot size trading micro. If you know how much you want to risk, except if you want to risk only 5%. So that's going to be 5. So you now use 0.1. So let's say 0.1. So that's 0.1 now. If you are going to use 0.02, that's 5 places and another 0.1. So 6. You have 0.02, 5, all right, and 0.025 and 0.011. So in that case, you have 6. So you take 2 here, TP, 2 position at the same TP, 2 position at the same TP, then 2 position or 1 position. So the last one, you can leave it open. Because if this market will crash anyhow, only 1 position left if you know how to follow the trailing stop loss may make more than the whole first, second, third has made. That's how we left some open. But sometimes when you are satisfied with TP1, TP2, you still okay, you still make money. Especially when your account is small. You now say TP1, TP2. Then if it's up to TP3, so let's say six position, one, two, three. Then you're out of the market. You wait patiently. We just like how we waited here when the market was here until we got here and find. Unfortunately, because of the fear of news, make us to like, and it's good if you get small profits and it's protected, that you have bogus profit and have a larger and extremely large losses. It doesn't make sense. You make $20 today, tomorrow you lose $100. You make another $40 tomorrow, next tomorrow you lose $500. No, 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 it doesn't make sense. Consistently be as you make the money over time, the capital should have been protected and then secure. Then you are now facing uh, using profit to trade. Now let's look at it. It's almost okay. It's time. You let's see some parabolic. It's not even reacting. Aha. Okay. What's up, good? What's up? Think it's negative, right? No. Gold is stupid though. Gold will go and raid all this liquidity and finish and flush down all of this. So let's go and look at what is the outcome. Where are you guys? Fourth. Woo! 200 and okay, 22K 46. Ah, you see what? How do you interpret this? Actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. So you are going to see gold returning back up. Okay, you will return back up. So let's check where after now where we can position. But it will have been better if we sweep this liquidity, we continue to buy. Now Euro USD will be strengthened too. Okay, so Euro USD will be strengthened. Do you know why? So USD USD GBP USD is strengthening. USD JPY will be going down. UJ Euro USD will be going up. All right. So, but let's the news settled so that you don't put yourself under pressure or problem. See, right? The news was not favorable for US dollar. 46K before now 22K. The margin is broad. So gold should be buying. All right, you can see that now. So let's return back to this point. Let's see if it's going to pull back for us to now get see all those katakata news kind of a thing. It's what make you not to have made plenty profit this afternoon. So by now you should have been okay, satisfy and feel get filled. See the SYs. So before we find market settle, we get to like 230, 233. Let's see if you can pull back. Okay, out of the way. Okay. Oh, where? That way. Ah, okay. Well, that I say, I'm having, I'm still having issues with setting stop loss. I know you have thought, but I haven't gotten it, sir. Can you please touch it a bit? How do you have issues setting stop loss on your MT5 or how? Okay, expatiate. You don't know how to set it, like how? You don't know where to press to set it, or uh, you don't know the parameter for that. Which one is the challenge? Let us know. Because setting stop loss is simple. Like now, if you are using trading view, I always tell people, why do I, if, as I enter the market here, what did I do? This is, let me close this guy. You go to your, if you are using phone, you see something like a pencil. So if you tap it, when you are using that one on phone, on your mobile, you tap it will come up with like a ruler. It will come up with options. You will see long position, short position. So if it's a buy, like now, a buy is already getting set here. Okay, so a buy is set here. Let's say I'm buying this. Let me experiment. I buy here now. So as I buy here now, so but I will have to buy before doing this. So since I bought here, if you want to buy, you can buy. But remember that the market is still volatile, as I say. So you can use very small position to experiment. So why did I buy here? Even before my signal come. Remember, I told you that the market, the news against US dollar, and you see the market already reacted here. But we're trying to be conscious about the market. If not, this will have been my entry. So I have entered here. Now my stop loss, this is where the problem comes sometimes. My stop loss not supposed to pass here, right? So why do I say my stop loss not supposed to pass there? Let me carry this ruler away now. Since I enter here, if ordinarily, if you were not using psychological level, let me show you something. If you were not using psychological level, okay, so let's say this. So if you are not using psychological level, see what will happen here. Ordinarily, this market, so when I've seen the news was whatever, I saw a turning point here. Have you seen that? Though our scanner gave us the entry and it's a turning point. Now, this was not a good one to an extent, but not the one we took now if you enter, if you're with me. Now, here, this is a turning point. This is a doji, but I don't like it. I love healthy movement. This is a healthy movement. Okay, this is a healthy movement. I told you people about different power of three. So some can be what we call it, change the state of delivery, where this candle engulf this. Then this one is accumulation, manipulation, distribution. This is not a perfect one to that extent. This one it make more sense. This one to an extent, okay, this one make a lot of sense. Okay, this one make a lot of sense. Who is chopping the money with me? Okay. Now, so see the analysis I'm trying to do. So ordinarily, when I have gotten a trade here, if I'm alone trading my market, truly be told, when you are responsible in giving people signal, and that's why I told everybody, if you are a subscriber of Cash Flow Solution Club, the scanner should be self. That's what I call it, self-generated signal. So it save me, save you. Because some signal I will drop, it will be midnight. You are not awake. Or you are awake, you are busy for other things. So you shouldn't complain of not having signal. Okay? So now, ordinarily, this is the entry. I enter here, right? Ordinarily, this would be my stop loss below this candle. This candle. This is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So as I enter here, I told you I've entered. My stop loss supposed to just be below this week. If it's below this week, that will be 69 pips. Let's call it 70 pips. So if I'm doing 1:2 risk reward, that is here. Okay? If I'm doing 1:2 risk reward, that means here. What psychological level help you to do is that you can book profit continuously. It may not be up to 1:2 risk reward, because for you to trade 1:2 risk reward, you have to do proper analysis, break of structure, change in market, whatever. But this one is that it's a naked market where your scanner is just giving you, hey, this is an entry here. You are picking the bulk, because this journey you are waiting for 1:2. Look at what gold has done from our entry where we entered from before it start doing what it's doing now. From our entry to this point, it's already 90 pips. That means by now, 50 pips TP1 ought to have been taken. So if we go to 1:2 ratio, will be 140 pips. So when you enter here and your stop loss, at this point, we say your stop loss to let the market or your account breathe. You push the stop loss below here, or sometime below this previous one. That means ideally our entry ought to have been here or here. Some why it was not too good here. This is a deceptive kind of a thing, indecision. Though, even if it's a positive one, because the the small body is showing bullish. Do you see that? But after after a candle, I hope some people are taking profit anyway. So because I'm teaching now, I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't even tell people to take profit because the profit level already there. Now, if the stop loss here is extremely big, 170. So if I take it here, whatever. So now TP1. So 1:2, if my stop loss is here, also it's already done. Smash. Enjoy your day ordinarily. Now, how do I arrive at this stop loss? I rule this line, and this is a swing low. If the market come back and take out this low, that market is no longer valid. So stop loss is a point of invalidity. A point of invalidity. Okay? So if I'm not in this trade, look at it. Why will I push my market that it could be going up here? There's a high. This market that came down here now, a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, a low, and it create an internal low, an internal high. This is a low. This is an internal high. So this is break. That is like market structure shift inside here. It now came down. Ideally, so you can see our entry was a perfect entry. Okay, our entry was a very perfect entry. I was not even checking change in market structure. I didn't even check it. MSS. What's my business with that one? I didn't even check it. It was that scanner. Let the AI do the dirty job. Yes, but if you have the understanding, it's good. So, but if you look at it at the end of the day, that's where we now end up taking trade. But I'll have taken trade here or here. Now let's take back this. So look at our psychological level now. What happened? We have said that means if you are considering 50 pips, you have done more than 50 pips at the middle. You should know that. Why? Because you didn't enter from just exactly 100 pips. So that means you have done TP1, TP2. How do we know? From where here, from that entry point here to this place you got to here, it's already 150. I will say TP1 is 50. 52 is 100. Like that. Then sometimes some people could just target, since you enter here, we target this level. Let's see how many pips profit you have done. 126 pips. So setting stop loss. So you can see now, Where I put this stop loss, lie. When I open my psychological level, I won't put stop loss there. You know why? It's at exactly at a support, which is the pips level. That means this stop loss would definitely breed down, maybe somewhere here. Let me tell you why. The market have capacity to come and take out this low as a sweep of liquidity or displacement and tap into this support with small wick and bounce and continue. So if you just put stop loss here, you are doing yourself because this is a support. So, but as the market was now going up, you are taking profit. So whatever thing is doing now is like a pullback. So don't panic. You have taken TP1. So why are you afraid? So don't panic. So at the end of the day, what it has done, I told you, like a market structure shift. And so here, and now this is a break of structure. This market now has breaking a structure here. So this coming back can be like this. Remember that every time frame has the same structure. It's just that they interpret different message. So ideally, if these markets will come down, it's supposed to come here. But you look at where is it coming to do here. So ordinarily, you are looking at what is an opposing candle is what I'm targeting. I will target this opposing candle here. So market have tapped into this. This candle no good. But let's believe when it closes, it's going to be good. But that's a bad one. It's rejecting at the psychological level. And then a long week up. That's not a good one. But let's see until it closes. Good. So now, what happened? Remember, I've already looked at this point, which is an opposing candle to be like an area of interest. And what happened? Market reversed to that point and create accumulation manipulation. See, great doji. I don't like this doji, but because you have some trade running and you see this one, that's what gives you the confidence. But that's not a good one. A healthy one supposed to, although if you check this doji, it came like similar to this to an extent. So that's what will make me to enter the trade, adding more position. I'll just show you. So when I tell you where you are scalping gold, don't look at any other thing. Gold should be enough for you where you are scalping. But by the time you are checking, and let me check Euro USD. If it's going to, what are you looking for? Is it not money? And the volume is available in gold. Some people say, no, gold is too fast. It's okay. Since you want to sleep in the market, why are you now scalping? Gold have everything to give to you. A lot of people now will not trade this gold. But why do we take it? Well, the fundamental make us not to enjoy this ride down. But because we're in the market and we are doing things with understanding, we have collected our money. True or yes? If you enter the market as I enter, look at it. We have collected money. That means you have done, let's look at it from where. So we're already on 170 pips. So by the time we hit here, will be 220. If you come here, will be 320 pips. So now this is what, so like I've told you guys that as the market move up, so this was like a shift in market structure. So, but that was not even what I checked. So I just we have missed the Oga has given us go ahead. So what are we waiting for? See, you just lived a soft life. Your only thing is that obey instruction. Market does not reward the man who know everything. You reward people who obey the rule, can negotiate with the market. How much? Yeah, okay. Can you grade this price? That's what market understand. It's not English. Too much English kill us. So here we come. Now this signal to is not good. Is sending a kind of similar counter, but we need to have this market, this candle to override this. If not, that's a bad one. But that's not your fear. You have taken TP1 and then you are taking your TP2 according to the rule and the standard. So why do you panic? So and I've told you once TP1 and TP2 is taken, irrespective of, you now adjust your stop loss to your entry. So at that point, so that means your stop loss to your entry here, whatever the market is doing is not a big deal for you. So but look at it now. If you need to go this way, that means irrespective of its 1 minute time frame, that means this market may come to this point. If it's going to respect this point and couple with this as a support, couple with it as an opposing. I just hope it's an opposing candle anyway. So it didn't close below here. We are still safe. Okay. So now, what happened? Just like what I said earlier here, this market had given us buy. It gave a doji. I will have entered just like similar here because market fundamental is in favor of anything against dollar. Aha. So anything in favor of dollar is against it. So I will have entered here at the close of this. It will manage to close bullish. So that means my entry will have been here. You are just obeying instructions, it's not your business. Now I have to the rule. If you are working on your psychology level, your stop loss should not just be below here. You push the stop loss below the psychological level, ladies and gentlemen. Because the market you see, it can come down here, although by the time you sweep this, it's looking like an invalidation, but it's not. Because it sweep the liquidity, that's displacement, and now hang on top of this guy. It didn't close below here. It may struggle, it go up. But if you put stop loss here, it will take you out and struggle and still go up. And as the time it take you out, it have displaced you. You will not be balanced to attack the market back. That's exactly what you see the market is doing now. So by now, will have been something like this. And that will have been, so TP1 here, we are taking 100. So at this point, that will be TP1 here. That will be 110 or 100 and something, 150 pips. If you check it here. See that 120 pips. So let's just call it 100, 200. So you are going to 300 if you were in there. So you will have taken profit if you consider 50. But I think sometimes gold fast, very fast, and it will do gold with very fast, I will do 100. So like if you are considering 100, you are still good. So cutting up to this point, cutting up to this point. So at that point now, you're taking the profit, your stop loss is above here. You don't bother what the market is doing. You have taken TP1, TP2. So if you are waiting for TP3, and the market is doing what it's doing, it's not your business. The worst that can happen is the market return back and take you out. Have a nice day. You go to the next one when opportunity presents itself. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's why when I tell most people, when you are in the market, stay in the market, maximize every opportunity. Bitcoin has still been struggling. It tried to make up, no way. It bounced down. It bowed up again. Bitcoin. Okay. Yeah, so who is making money? Who is making money? How many of you have make money again? Yes. Let me see you type 2222. If you just made money now. You know what we come here for is to make money, oh, not story. Oh. I'm even trying, I'm teaching, I'm talking. Over time will come, you will see my talk. You will just see my cursor. And my talk you all hear, I'm E. So go and train yourself. So the time you have seen now where we talk about take profit stop loss. So if you have to do on your MT5, then you have to still go and watch some of the training we have done before. Yes, nobody made money here now. Yes, let us see 222 on the chart. If we just made money on this trade that we entered now, how many of you entered? How many of you is making money? Yes, let's see. If nobody is making money, I will close this trade. I will close this. Yes. Let us see. Who? Nobody. What's going on here? You are making money now, not the first money, the new entry we took now. Type 222. If you made money now on this trade we just took now, type 222. Type 222. If you made money just now on this trade, Type 222. Type 222. Okay, oh, ladies and gentlemen, I've drawn the curtain for today. Have a nice day. Good night. No, you can't avoid the volatility. I say I'm in. I didn't tell you people to be careful. We have finished volatility. That one is fear. You people fear. You tell me you're avoiding the volatility. That is not true. That is fear. I told you people I'm in, and I said the news is in favor, is against dollar. Then the our scanner have given us the signal, and I say we will delay, and I come in. You people have to kill the fear. Good night.